everybody, welcome back to another video with Jeff from Suns and Shadows podcast and 0 Point Reviews. We got a fun little unboxing slash review video going for you today. You see the scroll up here, we've been covering Swamp Thing recently on our podcast, and on our 0 Point Reviews, we just recently went through Return of Swamp Thing, Jim Wynorski's version of that movie, and how much fun and wild and zany that one is. But along those lines, from MVD Rewind, the recent releases of Swamp Thing and Swamp Thing again. Yes, I got the standard Blu-ray and I got the 4K. I'll go ahead and I'll get right into it. I've already opened up the 4K here, and it's a beautiful slipcover. Like, you really can't go wrong. This has a nice little laser disc sort of style release. It's even got like the little pull tab at the bottom, which is really nice. It's not embossed or anything. That might have been an interesting thought if they had done something like that, but that is by no means a requirement. And just kind of show off the slipcover. And the slipcover is a nice fit to this. It's not so snug that you're feeling like you're going to rip it. It's actually very sizable. And then you got the disc. This is the 4K. And then on the other side, it's a double disc set. And then you got the standard Blu-ray. And let's take a look. I like the black case, but no reversible cover art. But that is just fine. That is not necessary for me. I like the actual art that was chosen here. And then, of course, with these first pressings, you do get the mini poster. Which I think is very stunning. It's very reminiscent of the cover of this, as you just saw. And I gave this a watch when we did our 0 Point Reviews about a week and a half ago. And the 4K is stunning. It's very beautiful. It's well worth the transfer. So if you're willing to pay a couple bucks more for it, I would recommend picking this up. However, if you're not so inclined to pick up the 4K version, let's open this bad boy up. Because this fits my MVD Rewind line, and I really like these covers and all the stickers. Eric, love you, Betty. And let's see here. And we will take. Whew! And I love the clear cases. As long as they keep sticking with that, I am happy. Otherwise, I'll just have to buy more from buy more blank cases online. And then here is the interior. It's got a nice little background. It's got the standard disc from the other set. Take the poster out. And then you got, there's the reversible cover art for you. Zoom it back out. And of course, you get the same style mini poster again. I'll show that for you in just a moment. There's the Blu-ray disc. Now, if you're curious about what any differences are, the extras are the same. If you just want the standard Blu-ray, you get all of the extras. You just don't get the 4K disc, obviously. And the Blu-ray transfer is just as good because I watched it out of the other set. So if you're not so inclined to upgrade, you don't have to. This fits just dandy in the collection. And it continues the line because this is where line number 1 for this new style for MVD Rewind collection. And then this is number 51 for the actual Blu-ray slip collection. So I guess I am now starting a second line, which is fine. I'm a bit of that kind of a fan. And this is a movie I enjoy enough that having twice in my collection is just fine. And now, if you want to ask about like extras, I only kind of checked out a couple of the interview segments, and they're pretty good. I really like that. What I really like is that this has both cuts of the film. So if you are a fan of the original theatrical version, you're getting that. If you're a fan of the international version, then you will really like this. So if you are very curious about like the story of Swamp Thing, I encourage you to go check out to our 0 Point Reviews, where we went in depth on reviewing it, me and my co-host Kevin. And we had a great time watching this movie. He told me he didn't have this, and he really wanted to get the 4K version. And we both really enjoyed the movie, and it was a great time. And these are both very quality releases. Like I said, depending on where you're at with 4K or a Blu-ray collection, you really can't go wrong. I'm keeping both. It's just the way it's going to be. And if you're curious about the movie itself, highly recommend checking out our 0 Point reviews. Jeff and Kevin, we had a pretty good time discussing the movie, the special effects, the cheesiness, Adrian Barbeau. We went through a whole slew of things. So if you're very curious about thoughts on the movie itself, highly recommend everybody go check that out. And hey, if you're curious if this is a solid buy, pass, or recommendation, honestly, I would buy this. The special features are great. Some of them are archival, some of them are newer from when Scream Factory had their last edition, which was only theatrical. So if you have that, you don't have this version. My co-host Kevin said he had the DVD of the international version, which has got a long history to it, but it's a good watch. So honestly, can't go wrong either way. MVD Rewind. Absolutely love your Swamp Thing. Honestly, I recommend buying this one. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms. We got Facebook, Twitter. We are at Suns and Shadows. We're also on Instagram at Suns and Shadows Cast. We are at SunsAndShadows.com. Thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.